The Democratic Alliance has welcomed the ban on travel to and from countries affected by Ebola. Health Minister Motsaledi yesterday said Cabinet had issued an immediate travel ban on non-citizens from Guinea, Sierra Leone and Liberia. The opposition says it supports Motsaledi's proactive approach and has called on government to be as vigilant as possible to ensure that South Africa remains Ebola-free.
The Health Department has urged anyone intending to travel to West Africa to delay their plans, and all South Africans returning home from Ebola-affected areas will be subject to stringent examinations.
They will have to complete a comprehensive health questionnaire before being allowed entry back into the country. If the comprehensive medical questionnaire and the temperature screening reveals something, they will have to subject themselves to a complete medical examination.
The minister has confirmed there are still no Ebola cases in the country. Motsaledi says the man who was quarantined at Johannesburg's Motsaledi hospital tested negative for the deadly disease. He also tested negative for other illnesses such as malaria and yellow fever. But government's taking no chances with the current Ebola outbreak. It set aside 32.5 million rand for the containment of the disease. South Africans based in high-risk countries or who have business interests in Sierra Leone, Guinea and Liberia will have to apply for permission to travel to West Africa. And an interministerial committee will oversee all travel requests to Ebola-affected countries.
The story now, I'm joined by Minister Dr. Motsaledi in studio. Minister, thank you for your time on Morning News today. Can you confirm for us, because a lot of people are probably thinking, okay, we were told by government, don't panic. There's nothing that we have to worry about in South Africa. And all of a sudden we have this ban, which leads one to think, do we have somebody in the country we should worry about? Can you confirm that we have no Ebola patients in South Africa at this point?
I'm confirming for the manyth time. There is no person with Ebola in South Africa. I can even be as brave as saying within the whole of SADC up to so far, meaning the 15 countries in South African development community. Why can I be that brave? Because all of them, if they have to test any person for Ebola and confirm it, they have to send the blood to South Africa, to only one institution, the National Institute of Communicable Diseases, the NICD. And up to so far, since the Ebola outbreak in West Africa, the NICD has never never found anybody whose blood is carrying Ebola. So I am, yes, confirming there's nobody who has got Ebola within the borders of South Africa.
No, we've been told that because of our scanners and our ports and all of that, it's taken care of. So why the ban?
Well, we are just trying to err on the side of caution. We are taking further precautions for the simple reason that, if you remember all the scares, we're also talking to you people in the media, by the way, with this. All the scares that fled up and the drama and all that was because somebody from that place happened to come into the country. And because the World Organization has also announced that for the next 6 months, the world will still be dealing with this problem. So we just don't want ad hoc measures. We want to put very clear measures over a long time that will make sure that we secure the borders of the country. Because the biggest way to deal with Ebola is to make it not happen.
Remind us of how long this ban will stay in place.
Well, it depends. We'll hear from time to time what is happening in those countries that are affected, then we'll assess and we'll decide.
Now, it does say unless sort of there are extreme circumstances or somebody has an emergency. What do we do in that case if somebody is going to go into one of these countries? Are you going to sort of, what process will they have to undergo if somebody does have to travel?
First of all, there is an interministerial committee that consists of all the ministers who are relevant. For instance, we've got the Minister of Transport, the Minister of Home Affairs, the Minister of DECO, we've got the Minister of Health. You know, we've got all these ministers who can take a decision, the Minister of State Security. So if it's an emergency, Home Affairs and Health can deal with it. But if it's not, the ministerial committee will be put in front of them and they'll look at it and assess it and make a decision.
And if somebody has to go, and if they have to come back home, are you sort of, what would happen? Would you take them straight to somewhere where you will check them out?
We're looking at the people who are likely to go, and I'm meeting them today.
Okay.
We have got some mining companies that they've got mining interests there. They've got security personnel there. They've got, we have got retail, businesses which are also in that area. We've got communication business. So we are bringing them together. We're going to sit with them and agree on protocol. For instance, you are aware that the person in Charlotte Maxeke who was all over the media is because he's working in a mine there as a health and safety officer. So these are the type of things that we want to discuss. The other day they phoned us. There's somebody who's working in the mine there. They didn't suspect any Ebola, but the person got a fracture. And they said because the health facilities there, they are not satisfied. They had to send that person for treatment of a fracture in South Africa. We need to develop protocols of if such a person has to come, what do you do? I can't refuse that person entry, more so he's a South African. I can't say, no, you can't come and have your fracture, be treated here at home. I mean, that will be very evil. Or refusing somebody their right to health. Yeah. I have to bring them in, but because they are coming from an area which has got this problem, we need to agree on protocols on how do we do it and what do we check for.
All right, Minister, now your counterparts in tourism and finance can't be very happy with the ban. Is it not affecting their work and affecting tourism and to the country? And
well, this issue was discussed in Parliament. I made a comprehensive presentation. I showed them all sides of the story. The ministers affected in that regard were there. It's not this ban that will causing problem to tourism. The rumors you heard about people, tourists who cancel their trips to South Africa and from the Far East, based on what was read in the media, the drama that was put there in the media, the hysteria. So it's not the ban, it's the hysteria of what the media does. So the best thing is to say the borders are secured, everybody is safe. So now you can then tourists can come in.
So it helps
and
in
say
that way.
Yes, actually help and say, look, South Africa is now safe. They no longer have any chance of getting anybody from that area because they've taken precautions. Then tourists from other areas will come flowing.
All right. Now, completely off the topic, Minister, because I'm a mommy, I have to ask you very quickly about Mom Connect. In a nutshell, what is it and how does it help pregnant women that you've launched this week?
Oh, we launched Mom Connect just yesterday. It will help pregnant women in two ways. Firstly, we're going to send them messages about their pregnancy, what to do, what not to do, where to go, what to expect, and what not to expect. But even 1 year after the child has been born, we'll be sending messages about the baby. Many moms are doing wrong things to their babies, which affect their health, and we'll be telling them about that. But the second thing is that the moms are in contact with us. They can send messages of complaint. She can go to a clinic, and if she's not happy, she can press, please call me, at no cost to herself, and complain and say, this is what's happening to me, I'm pregnant, I'm in this clinic, and this is what I'm experiencing. All right. So we have got constant communication with them at any one time.
Wonderful, wonderful news. Thank you, and good luck with that. Thank you very much, Health Minister Dr. Aaron Motsaledi.
Know more. eNCA.com